What's happening, y'all? Showman Flex back at it with another episode of the Flex Files. Happy after Thanksgiving, right? Post Thanksgiving Day. Hope everybody had a blessed one, you know what I'm saying? Probably spent time with friends, family, had Friendsgiving maybe, you know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the grind. How to increase your sex appeal, right? So, or maybe some people may want to call it sex appeal maxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always talk about body game, right? And body game is about sex appeal too, right? But this gonna be other things to do with how you dress, how you carry yourself, your demeanor, right? Before we get into it, make sure to click that subscribe button below so that way you know when I post new content for y'all on a daily. And shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank y'all so much. We growing, man. We almost at 4,500, so we're gonna keep growing, y'all. But let's get into it. Like I said, you know, part of what I like to teach is body game, but also aura, right? How you carry yourself. But when it comes to your sex appeal, it becomes even more specific, right? Sex appeal has to do with how you dress, like I said, how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you talk. It has to do with all of those things, right? And one thing about sex appeal that I try to teach people, and this ties into body game, is you always want to wear clothes that fit your aesthetic. And maybe the word is accentuate. It may not be that. But it basically, to put it better to you, it basically makes, your body makes the outfit. But also the outfit should fit your body in a way that makes you look more appealing, right? So you have more sex appeal, okay? It's the reason why I wear clothing that, when I'm not just wearing a tank top and some sweatpants, right? But that also is a part of sex appeal, right? So, but that fits my body perfectly. But I also wear clothes that are like fitted clothes to a degree, and they most time gonna be black or dark blue. Black or dark blue, okay? That's typically what I wear. You can wear other colors. It's just that those colors work best for me. That could be a hoodie. That could be a leather jacket, black. That could be a fitted shirt. You know what I'm saying? That could be a tank top. And I wear a tank top under the black, a tank top under the black leather jacket. I wore that shit the other night. Shorty was literally looking the whole time, and I finally whipped and approached her, right? And we got each other IG and this and that, but she was like saying she loved my outfit, whatever like that. Mind you, I'm just coming from the gym, y'all. I was just coming from the gym, and I just so happened to have my black leather jacket in my back seat, right? And it was kind of chilly. It was kind of chilly, but it won't like super chilly to the point where I had to wear a long sleeve shirt under the leather jacket. But I know I won't go just wear the tank top, because it was like, so it was a perfect little vibe with it, or even a V-neck or a Henley shirt, or even I'm seeing the quarter zip trend getting more traction now. Everybody talking about they wearing quarter zips instead of Nike, instead of Nike Tech sweats. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta find, what fits your aesthetic. And also showcases, that's a better word, showcases your aesthetic in a pleasing way, in a very appealing way, right? They can see, your body, the way your body's shaped and the way it looked, but you wearing these type of clothes, you know what I'm saying? And they still ironed, they still pressed, so it ain't wrinkled or no shit like that. You ain't looking sloppy. You ain't looking tacky, but you still looking cool, fine, and clean to a lot of women, right? You kind of call it, some people be calling it the Slayer fit, right? The Slayer fit, like, black jeans, You know what I mean? And they ain't even got to be the tightest. They ain't got to be the tightest, you know what I'm saying? But they kind of like, maybe slim for a boot cut. I do boot cut a lot, right? With a black shirt, or even when it get cold, it's the wintertime, so a black thermal. The black thermal, I'm telling you right now, with, black Timbs, or maybe butter Timbs, black jeans, and it could be an off black jeans. It could be off black, right? With a chain. This a choker, but even a longer chain, right? If you want to go down that route, earrings, like that's any cologne, nice smelling cologne. This is one of my colognes that I have in my car. I got Kenneth Cole cologne in the crib. But this one I keep in the car in case I forget to grab it to put on the cologne in the house, because sometimes I'll do that. But I got something in the car, Versace, right? Eros Flame. That joint hit every single time. Actually, the car joint is better than the Kenneth Cole joint I got in the crib. Believe it or not. Like, I be getting I say it's better because I be getting compliments on this one. I don't really be getting compliments on the Kenneth Cole joint. But you gotta present. It's about the presentation, y'all. Sex appeal about the whole presentation. You gotta work for it. You gotta work for it, and you gotta be willing to put in the work to appeal to a shorty. That's how that works. Right? A lot of dudes don't want to put in the work, don't want to put in the effort, all of that. Because, we can talk about skincare, we can talk about all that. That go into looking handsome. But when it comes to sex appeal, you got to go to the next step. It's about how you dress. It's about how you smell, how you talk, how you walk, how you carry yourself. Right? It ain't necessarily about trying to be walking cool to where you forcing it, but it's a certain level of how you stand tall, you carry yourself in a very confident manner. Like, you walk in and you own shit. You own the moment. You own the moment. Like, you gotta be walking like a dude in the mob or something like that. Not really. But they confident individuals. Right? Life come to them. And motherfuckers looking at them knowing that that's how life come to them. They set the tone. They set the pace. That's another part of sex appeal. Right? So, because it's an energy. At the end of the day, it's an energy, but a presentation, it starts with a presentation. And you just got to be it's also just about you being very sure of yourself. So you got the weight, the dress, and you got the body right because you've been working out. You got the attire right, and it fits your body perfectly. But you can have those two things and still not have sex appeal. Believe it or not. And the reason why you don't have sex appeal, even though you got the body and you got the look, is because you don't believe in yourself enough. And that happens to a lot of dudes. You can look the part, but you got to actually be the part. Nigga, you got to actually be the part. And being the part comes with the supreme real confidence that you have in you. And you walking into any room and you know who you are. You know who you are. You're not operating in a sense of desperation, being desperate. But that's because you are confident in yourself. You're confident. You know you look good. You know you smell good. But the desperation is going to make you fuck up the situation. You don't ever want to be desperate for anything. Never be desperate for anything. Because you're going to take that into the conversation with a woman. If you out and about, that desperation is going to come out through the conversation. You're going to be talking fast, right? Instead of talking, I would say, not necessarily slow, but talking intentionally. right? You have more intent with your talk, with your dialect. People always ask me, how do you get a deeper voice? How did you get your voice to be deeper, whatever? Because I'm sure when you hear my videos that I do, you hear different inflections. They all are deep, but sometimes if I'm exclaiming something, it may go into a higher pitch, and it may not be as deep as me just being more subtle and slower and more direct and having more of a potent type of dialect, right? Or diction or tone, whatever you want to term you want to use. So when you having conversations with a woman, you want to be direct, intentional with what you're trying to say, and controlled, not desperate and fast and nervous with anxiety. No, it's controlled. You control because you own in that moment. Even the way that you listen to a woman, you just look at her and you look at her in her eyes. Give her eye contact. Don't wander down to her breast. Don't wander down to, not even to her outfit. Look at her in her eyes. It's going to make her kind of, some women that make them nervous, but it turns them on because you really paying attention. You really listening to them. And you looking at her, you giving her, you not one of them dudes that's scared to give her direct eye contact. Because some dudes, they fold. That's another thing. And when you don't fold, that's another part of sex appeal. When you don't fold in a moment. Because you're confident. You're just having a conversation. Ain't no big thing. It ain't no big deal. We just talking, baby. We just talking, baby girl. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no need for no other shit. We just having a conversation. And I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm enjoying my time with you right now. I'm enjoying talking to you. Yeah, I appreciate this moment of interaction. Like, you say shit like that to her, man, I'm gonna start doing video blog, like vlogging shit. Like a lot of dudes do. I'm gonna start doing that. I don't pop out as much as I used to, but I'm gonna start doing that, right? Because it's interaction. That's what it's about. Right? So, when you talking to a woman like that, it shows that you're very confident, and a masculine trait is confidence. And that masculine trait of confidence is another thing or another add-on to sex appeal. So you got the body and the look, and to top it off, the final ingredient for sex appeal is the way you carry yourself. That's how you walk, how you talk, and how you are in social settings, and how people react to you. Right? You that dude. You that dude. You that king. You on king shit. That's real king shit. At the end of the day, that is real king shit. And a lot of times, that's the missing ingredient when it comes to man gets woman. That's the missing ingredient. We can talk all day about looks, money, and status. But the missing ingredient oftentimes is how you carry yourself through social skills, through how you talk, and through how people react to the things that you say and the things that you do. That's the missing ingredient. So never forget that, right? If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And shout out to all the subs, man. Thank y'all so much for being here and joining this channel. I tell y'all this all the time, and I'm so grateful and thankful that y'all are here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to share this video. Share what your comments are in the comment section below. I love reading your comments, you know what I'm saying? And look, till next time, man. Make sure to click that subscribe button below so that way you know when I post new content for y'all. But till next time, another episode of the Flex Files. I'm out. Peace.